Thank you for joining me as we are continuing our series here on being a living sacrifice. Make your life a living sacrifice. Do you want to have radical success? Now, you got to listen to me. You really do. I'm going to give you a quick testimony on this in a minute. Romans chapter 12, verse 1. I appeal to you, therefore, brothers, by the mercies of God, present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. Now, I talked about this at the beginning of the week. I know it's in our hearts, but really when we talk about sacrificing for God, the highest height is saying, I will leverage all of me for all of us, for the kingdom. I will leverage all of me for all of us, for the kingdom. You want to be a really good husband? You say, I will leverage all of me for my wife and my children and their safety and their future. For all that we need for the future. I'll leverage me. I'll take the hit. That's ultimate love, right? Ultimate sacrifice. So he says here, present your bodies as a living sacrifice. So we have dead sacrifices. One time you're on that trail and you gave up. As I said earlier in the week, you laid on the altar as a living sacrifice. Then later on you crawled back off the altar. You meant well. Ultimate satisfaction is found not in making much of ourselves, but in making much of God. So everybody wants a name. Everybody, we were talking about comparisons weeks ago. If you're growing as a Christian, and we all had that thing going on at some moment, as you're growing, you won't care about other people's success. You won't care about where other people are. In fact, you'll give it to God and you'll sacrifice to God, and he'll bless you and bless you and bless you in all different ways that you feel so blessed and you're so content, even with the little you have. But it's more than enough. And you're happy there. And that's where most people are, being happy. And there's nothing wrong with having a lot because you have more to share with the kingdom for God's work. Well, when people do that, they find ultimate satisfaction, especially within that, is that they're ultimately just making the most of God, not living for them anymore. Because they got their eyes on eternity and they're doing for others in the next generation. That's what it's speaking of here. Look here, Romans 12:1 here again. Talk about presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice. But notice what you see here. It's your spiritual worship. So it is a spiritual thing. Sacrificing, put your home. I have a couple in their home. They build an addition. Okay, so I saw a picture of it. I made a joke when they showed me on their phone. I said, oh my goodness, it would be the ultimate place to hold a home Bible study. I mean, it's like something out of a magazine. And so here, my son, I won't say which one, but my son, he started teaching Bible study. Now I want to talk about both these people. So they opened their home, and it's turned out great because their home now is on the altar of sacrifices being used for God's work. You got to get ready every week. I mean, you got to clean it. Maybe they wouldn't clean it for 6 months. Who knows? Then I got to clean it every week. And food's there. And okay, this is sacrifice. Now, my son, he was going through a horrible time in his life a couple years ago, a horrible trial. And it wasn't his fault. And so I told him, he forgave, and he just forgave, and he's just trying to hold things together, and he made some mistakes trying to heal. And finally, he decided he was putting God first, and he kept sacrificing, and he started going into really big sacrificing financially. And God took his business, and it went out of control and great success. Why? He sacrificed. I'm telling you. It's a win-win, win-win. Look, true fulfillment comes from total surrender. So as you go to prayer today, I want you to say, God, oh, help me surrender. Surrender my desires, surrender my life, surrender my time, surrender my money, surrender my future. I want you to be absolutely number one.